What's up, YouTube family? It's Andrea here at VW Family Farm, and today I want to take y'all in the greenhouse. I want to give you some updates and just spend some time together. So let's go. Alright, so I want to give y'all some updates of what's going on in here from my perspective. Ben's brought you in here several times and showed you some of the technical aspects of how this all works, and we've got videos on that. I think there's a greenhouse playlist you can check out. But I want to talk about why do we have this greenhouse, and then I want to lead that into why do we do any of this that we do. So, but first, there's a few things in here I want to show you. This little baby right here, we have been waiting on this literally for a couple years. Our friend over at Greenhouse Solutions, y'all go check him out. He's actually a personal friend. They're neighbors of ours. He helped us get set up in this greenhouse. He actually bought some papaya trees, and then we've been asked the question, was this tree grown from seed? And it actually was. He bought his trees, but then he actually he's a big experimenter. If you go check out his channels, he wears a lab coat and that fits him well. He's very intelligent. He's an experimenter, do-it-yourselfer, and so he just tried it to see if he could grow some from seed, and this is the result. So yes, this was grown from seed. You can see it's starting to turn. We're really excited about getting to try our own papaya. And then also another thing over here that we are really excited about, that we've waited literally years for, is this beautiful Meyer lemon. We bought this Meyer lemon tree at Walmart a few years ago. It seems to bloom really well, but we have to hand pollinate it, and quite a bit of the time the blooms just fall off, or they'll form a tiny lemon and then fall off. We're still learning about growing lemons, but we have brought one to maturity, so I'm really excited. We're gonna have to all just have one sliver of it and savor it, and I don't know what even we're gonna put it in. Maybe some water, or I don't know. It's a special lemon, so the day we pick that is gonna be a special day, and I think I need to pick it really soon. But if I pick that without Ben here, he just might cry, so I don't think I'll do that today. But I'm gonna give you all a close-up. It's really pretty. We've also got a ton of other things going in here. We've got, this is Malabar spinach. It seems to take off everywhere. It produces little seeds, which I'll show you in a second, and they just take off everywhere. And then you can see this little vine is actually a kiwi vine. We bought at Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival last spring, not this year, but in 2018. It's a year and a half old. It's grown a lot, but so far not produced kiwis, but we're hoping for some one day. You can see it's climbed all the way up this rope, and this is just simply paracord Ben strings up to let things climb on. And you can see over there some old spinach vine. That's what the Malabar spinach seeds look like. We've got this massive tomato that needs some care right now. It needs to be trimmed up just a tad, but it's actually doing really good. Ben keeps them trimmed periodically, and if you look close in there, there's tomatoes. They're not ripe, but there is tomatoes in there. And then we got this little experiment. Ben's also a pretty big experimenter of perlite and carrots. They don't look really that great, but they are growing a little bit. I've got a rosemary over here, and then I've got a pepper plant down there that's pretty loaded. I need to pick some off of. But let's check out this other bed. And before we leave this area, there's another bag of carrots. They're doing pretty well under there. But these two beds behind me are my favorites by far. They're full of greens. They're full of bok choy down there. They're full of Mir lettuce, which is definitely our favorite greenhouse lettuce. And a lot of you have asked me, I believe that is spelled M-U-I-R. But we've actually are in contact with Baker Creek about growing some of that for them so they can get a seed stock of that going. So that's pretty exciting because it's a great greenhouse lettuce. It doesn't bolt as easy. And sometimes this thing stays pretty warm. That's the point of the greenhouse, is warm and humid is a good greenhouse environment. I've got a few other herbs in these beds, but mainly just lettuce and greens, and that keeps me in greens throughout the winter, which was our whole point in building this thing. We wanted fresh salads all year long. We've got some amaranth, which has gotten really big. I've got some kale in here, more spinach that I need to probably cut back, give it a good start. And there's a better look at the beautiful bok choy. And we've also got a couple of cucumber vines that will also grow up this paracord. They do pretty well in here as well. So I just wanted to talk to y'all for a second about why do we do all this? Why do we have this greenhouse with these crazy things in it? And why do we do all this homesteading that we do? We could just go buy a bag of lemons and buy a papaya at the store. That'd probably be much easier. But we do it, it comes down to, we do it because we love it. We love the results we've seen. We did not get into this lifestyle or into this greenhouse or any of that for anything other than just growing food, honestly. Ben had some health issues. We've told you all that before. That led us into this lifestyle, but that's definitely not what's kept us in this lifestyle. So I just wanted to share a few things with y'all today that are kind of on my heart about what we love about this homesteading lifestyle. And maybe you're on the fence. Maybe you're thinking, I really feel the desire and calling to do that, but I'm scared. I don't know if I can do all the work that's involved. I don't know that I can spend my time doing that. Do I have enough time? Do I even want to? All those different questions. But I would just say, if you have a calling to do this, to start growing some food and stepping out of the quote-unquote box, maybe yours is a desire to homeschool your kids. Maybe yours is a desire to grow a garden next year, but you don't know if you can handle it. You don't know if you know enough about gardening to step out and do that. Whatever the case may be, I just encourage you, do it, because the reasons we do it and the reasons we keep doing it is love. We love it. We love this lifestyle. We love the benefits we've seen from it in our health, in our kids. It has taught our kids the value of hard work and working together as a family, because there's days we can't get it all done if we don't all work together. So it forces us to all do different jobs and then come together and just feel good and productive. There's so much value in completing a job and feeling that sense of satisfaction that you've done something that was hard, but it was productive. I also see the value of hard work in myself. I was not a hard worker as a kid or even as a young adult. I did not become a hard worker until probably in the last 10 years, and I just turned 40. So that tells you for 3/4 of my life I haven't been a hard worker, but this homesteading life has taught me how to be, and that if you push through something, there's so much satisfaction waiting at the end. Another huge reason why we do this is our health, obviously. And I don't mean just our physical health, but I think it helps our mental health. And by that, I mean, in the winter, if there is absolutely nothing to do besides sit around and watch TV, that is when I get down in the dumps, depressed, whatever you want to call it. If I have all these things depending on me, some of which continue into the winter, or I have homesteading hobbies like soap or lotion making, or just doing things that require a little more time to provide homemade things for my family, whether that be food or whatever it might be. If I have those things to keep me busy, my mental state is so much better. I'm so much more joyful and pleasant. Now, all my joy is not wrapped up in those things. And honestly, this winter, I'm gonna work on being content to not be working on some hard job all the time. But if I'm busy with good things, productive things, I'm just a happier person. Not only our health and the benefits we've seen in our family and all that, but also the people. The people in this movement are all from all walks of life, but they have one thing in common, that they don't want to just accept what everyone else says is just the way to do things as the only way. They're thinkers. They think outside the box. They're okay with being different. They don't mind if people look at them a little crazy, because you know what? Some of those people that look at you crazy are the ones that they have that desire too. They just haven't took that step to step out and do it yet. So that's another thing, is the community we found. Not just here on YouTube, but a lot of it is here on YouTube, but also in real life. If you start living this out, people will notice. I don't care if you've got garden planters on your apartment deck. People will notice, and those other people who are interested in like things will start talking to you and asking you questions, and before you know it, you've probably found a great friend. Those are just some of the reasons why we do it. There's many others, and like I said, it started with food and led into so much more. Such a wonderful life that we've been blessed to live, and wonderful people that we've met through y'all. A lot of that keeps us going, and it's just plain old fun to us. Watching a seed grow into a papaya tree and turn into a fruit. Watching a garden take shape and just all the beautiful colors and things you can harvest. Canning for the first time when you didn't think you could do it. All those things. So I just want to encourage you, as here we go into the fall and into the winter, take that next step in your calling, whatever it is. If it's time to go ahead and place that seed order so you can grow that garden you've been dreaming of for years, do it. At least get your list planned out so that when it's time to order seeds, you're ready. Watch videos. Watch, I'm not talking about just us, watch other YouTubers, whatever it is that your dream is, start watching videos about it. Get excited and just realize you can do it. Ben and I, along with the other YouTubers on here, and I don't mean this critically to the other YouTubers, but I think they tell you the same thing. We're nothing super special. We just took the plunge, and we were willing to take the strange looks sometimes that people give you and be okay with that, knowing that what we're doing is worthwhile, and to press on with it. That's the only thing that you need to have is perseverance. Because your garden might get eaten by bugs. Oh well, try again. It's gonna happen. It's part of it. Mistakes are part of learning. But I just want to end today and encourage you, whatever it is. If you're dreaming of a goat, a garden, I don't know what it is, take that plunge. At least take the next step in that if you really feel like that is your calling and the thing you want to do. And it just may turn into something beautiful. I will see y'all later, and God bless.